What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Stank815, and I'm back with another video. Y'all new to this channel, man. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share, comment, get notified when I drop these videos, man. Today is a reaction video to Quando, Rondo beefing with Lil Durk. Let's get into it, man. Let's see what it's about. Let's hear it out. Let's see.
The media is not going to show black men doing the right things in life.
He got a point right there.
The media is
I agree.
going to show black men acting ignorant.
True. There's a lot of that in the media.
Back to the days of wearing a blackface. Now, the thing about wearing a blackface is people from other cultures painted their faces black and act ignorant. The only thing
That's
is
true.
when you're black, you don't have to paint your face black. All you have to do is act ignorant.
They try to humiliate us. I agree.
Let that breathe. Quando Rondo is throwing up gang signs. So all young men, you're probably going to have a friend that wants to persuade you to join a gang. This is why I'm making this video. Not because of Quando Rondo, because I don't think Quando Rondo realized that he was beefing with a federal agent. Lil Durk is a federal agent.
Nah.
But we're going to get into that later.
Nah. I'm not going to let you put that on Lil
It doesn't
Durk.
matter if you're the rolling 60s. It doesn't matter the set. Every gang member falls under the umbrella of Lucifer. And I'm going to say this again. Every gang, it doesn't matter what gang, what culture, they all fall under the umbrella of Lucifer. And at the end of the day, God said the job of the enemy is to kill, steal, and destroy. And I'm going to say this again. God said the job of the enemy, aka the job of Lucifer and his team, the demons, which got the whole world on demon time, is to kill, steal, and destroy. When you think about what gangs do, what do? They kill, steal, and destroy. So when you join a gang, you have to understand that you are a follower.
True. I agree with you on that. I joined the gang, but I quickly realized.
And I'm not going to go too far off, but
I quickly realized.
Shout out to everybody with an Airbnb. That's litty. But the biggest Airbnb is prison. The biggest real estate is prison.
Oh, my mama,
the biggest money maker is prison.
I agree with you. I agree with him on that.
Trust me, they are making a killing. Now,
R.I.P. King Von.
we only know about Quando Rondo because of King Von.
Yeah.
Now, you have
R.I.P.
to understand,
King Von.
Quando Rondo. King Von was sacrificed by Lil Durk.
No.
And this
No,
is why
I don't believe
said
that.
Durk is a
I don't
federal
believe
agent,
that.
because you cannot say things without backing claims up. You have to understand, Lil Durk, when he was in court, they had a shootout. And at the end of the day, it was in Atlanta. It was Durk and Vaughn. Two felons. They cannot be around a gun. The whole world right now is talking about, oh, Bootsy had a gun in the video shoot. Listen, Bootsy didn't fire the gun. And you see how the feds pretty much are playing with Bootsy's life. So at the end of the day, King Von and Lil Durk were together. They actually disarmed a firearm. And at the end of the day, they went to court, and the way the feds played it, the feds told Lil Durk, separate yourself from King Von. But listen, FBG Duck tried to warn Vaughn. If you listen to the song 63rd, I'm not going to play it, but FBG Duck told King Vaughn, Lil Durk is playing you, and he's going to sacrifice you over. And what happened is, that's exactly what happened.
Hell nah.
Lil Durk sacrificed King Von. You have to understand this.
I don't believe that.
Key Glock is a part of the Young Dolph hit. When Young Dolph got hit, Key Glock was on live. This is how they do it. You guys have to understand, when King Von life was taken, Lil Durk was separated on purpose. You gotta understand, a lot of the industry hits, the industries will come to these artists and tell them what's about to happen, and it will separate the artists that they want. The industry never wanted King Von. As much as the streets love King Von, because King Von was a real stepper. He was a real stepper.
R.I.P. King Von, man.
It's still possible that Lil Durk can go down. Not getting too far off from Quando Rondo, but everything runs full surface. It's still possible Lil Durk could still go down, only if Muwop cooperates.
What?
I am hoping and crossing my finger that one day Muwap realized that, listen, they were all taken advantage of. King Von was taken advantage of, and Muwap was taken advantage of. You have to understand, this picture right here, I'm not going to play the video clip, but this was King Von.
Shop Weekly.
When Lil Durk gave him the money to take out FBG Duck. Muwap, all of them, they caught him slipping down the Gold Coast in broad daylight. And this was a big hit to Chicago because where FBG Duck was caught slipping, this was the suburbs. One thing you have to understand about the streets in the suburbs, you cannot commit crimes in the suburbs like that in broad daylight. It is alarming. In the streets, you can commit crimes in broad daylight. It's not a problem. Matter of fact, you can commit crime 24/7. They have a rule called no snitching on purpose, so people can commit crimes all day long, trap all day long, put people in body bags all day long, let it breathe. But when King Von came back to the hood, and he separated the money with people that took out FBG Duck, you have to understand, King Von was an unemployed shooter.
What?
A lot of the guys in the streets, and nobody is talking like this, nobody's making content like this. Hip-hop vloggers, they will never make content like this because they want to be a part of the industry. They want to hang out with Durk. They want to hang out with NBA Youngboy. They want to hang out with Quando, rondo. Me, I will pass. Back to the story.
I'll hang out with Durk.
Lil Durk, and the feds knew. Lil Durk paid King Von to pay his shooters. And I'm going to say this one more time. The industry knows, the feds know, Lil Durk paid King Von money to take out FBG Duck. King Von didn't have money in the streets. King Von was starving. Durk had the money. Just like
King Von was eating, my boy.
The news is trying to say that he's the leader of the Rolling 60s. They are only painting him as a leader because he has the money. This is how the rap game works. The person with the money holds the power. They're like international bankers, and I say that because international bankers, they have
What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that statement?
That's the mindset of all international bankers. And it's the same thing with the streets. He who holds the gold rules. In Chicago, Lil Durk holds the gold. Now, this is Quando Rondo. He sacrificed his friend in Cali. But at the end of the day, just like King Von, the industry does not want Quando Rondo because Quando Rondo, he cannot go mainstream. Outside of the streets. Now, this is the thing about mainstream artists. The biggest rapper in the game is Flo Rida. Flo Rida does not make street music. Flo Rida makes music for people in the suburbs. You make my head go round, round, round when you go down, when you go down, down. In order to be a mainstream superstar, you have to be popping in the suburbs. Before they came out with streaming services and platforms, you had to buy CDs. The only people since the beginning of the time that actually support music are people from the suburbs. If you do not have the suburbs on lock, you will never go mainstream. And when it comes to Lil Durk did not have the suburbs on lock until he made the song with Drake. Now, you have to understand, the hip-hop culture, the rap culture, whatever you want to call it, you do not have suburban rappers rapping because the streets...
It's a lot of suburban rappers.
That you could make a transition, and this is why I'm making videos to let people know that you cannot make a transition from the streets to the industry. In the industry, they have to want you. If the industry doesn't want you, they're going to hit you up with RICO cases and they're going to take you out, let it breathe. Now, the baby from Charlotte, 704, he's from the suburbs.
He's not from Charlotte, but okay.
Half Jewish from the suburbs.
The baby not from Charlotte.
Mainstream. Nobody from the suburbs is going to take Quando Rondo serious. Quando Rondo cannot go mainstream. So Quando Rondo was granted a pass. His man was granted a pass. They took out King Von. The industry did not want King Von. It was time for Lil Durk to give up somebody, and Lil Durk gave up King Von. Now, if Quando Rondo just shut his mouth and just let things be, what would have happened is Quando Rondo would have never got the indictment. Quando Rondo got the indictment because he took things too far with Lil Durk. Lil Durk is a federal agent. Quando Rondo felt that.
Hell no.
This sacrifice in Cali, I was good to go. Let me tell you guys something.
Nah,
And this is
I don't believe that about Lil Durk, man.
Let it breathe. Now, this man right here just threw his life away. One thing they don't tell you before you join a gang, and one thing I didn't realize, and I just found this out in my 30s, when you get charged with gang charges, they label you in the system as a terrorist.
That's true. Nah, he right about that. He right about that. I agree with that.
When you join a gang and you get charged in the system, which is the most important, they charge you as a terrorist.
That's true, though.
You guys have to understand, Quando Rondo just threw his life away. And he threw his life away because he was unemployed. And this is why I make hip-hop videos now, because I want young men to understand that these men are unemployed. Quando Rondo doesn't understand. If Quando Rondo was listening to my content, Quando Rondo would never join a gang. And this is why I make content. Let it breathe. If you join a gang, somebody in your gang is working for the feds. You have to think about it.
He might be right about that, too.
Section 8, if you grew up on food stamps, if you grew up on government assistance, how can you afford guns if you don't have a job? You're going to be able to get the guns because the government is going to give you the guns.
Everybody know the government supply the drugs and the gun.
Duh. Into your neighborhood is working for the feds. Everybody, they hype the drugs. They hype selling they hype everything up. But you have to understand, whoever is bringing in the keys is a federal agent. Everything
I wouldn't say that. They might got connections to the police or whatever, but I wouldn't say that.
There is no possible way that you could run the streets and then transition from the streets to the industry. This is why I make this content. You have to have a look that the industry wants. You have to be picked by the industry. And you have to get drafted. It's like you have the NBA draft, which is entertainment, you have to get drafted. You have the NFL draft, which is entertainment, you have to get drafted. The acting game, and I promise you, I gotta make a video about acting. But speaking of actors, look at Lil Durk, the federal agent. At the end of the day, this picture is by design. The industry told him, make your album almost healed. Cover your one eye up. His eye is covered by design. At the end of the day, this man is shiesty. This man is really playing for Lucifer. He's going all out. At the end of the day, you didn't want to take FBG Duck out on your own. This guy is like Little Bootsy, but he's like Little Bootsy with people within his age group. Little Bootsy takes advantage of younger men. Lil Durk takes advantage of unemployed shooters around his age. It's all one and the same. And this is why I want to say that the street life that they glorify is so lame. And when I say so lame, I'm not dissing and talking down about people in the streets. I'm just saying it's two types of people who listen to rap and hip-hop, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to break these two people down, and we're about to finish this video.
Please break it down.
The two people that listen to rap is, or drill, whatever you want to call it, is you have people from the suburbs. They think it's entertaining because they don't have to live in these areas.
So nobody else listen to rap but suburb people.
Who's going to pass on this block? Who's going to pass on this side? Oh, they're from 63rd.
Stop
they're
it.
from guys from 64th. They're next door neighbors. Listen, God said, love your neighbor like you love yourself. If you're from 63rd and you're from 64th, how are you going to beef with your neighbor? And I'm going to say that again. God said, love your neighbor like you love yourself. If you're from 63rd and you're from 64th, how can you beef with your neighbors? But I'm going to tell you how. I told you the job of the enemy is to kill, steal, steal and destroy. And that's what guys do. A lot of these guys that are in gangs, they're beefing with guys literally 2 minutes down the street. You go to check your mailbox and you're beefing with the ops. Let it breathe. You guys have to understand, Lil Durk has kids. The common denominator of for guys who don't want to work is they have kids. And when you run the streets and live the street life, and you have multiple babies, and you have hungry people that you have to feed, that's how the industry gets you. You gotta understand, the industry, the media, they program women. Oh, go after guys like Lil Durk. Go after guys like Quando, go after guys like NBA Youngboy. I think NBA Youngboy got about 13, 14 kids. The industry program these females by design to love guys who do evil. And in return, these guys, they do evil, and then they hope that they can make music. Now, this is where we're going to finish this video, and this is where the video is going to get good. Rap is not a job.
What?
And I'm going to say this again. Rap is not a job. Rap is not a 9 to 5.
That's true. It's not, but you're getting paid for it.
You cannot put on an application, I'm a rapper. You cannot put on a resume, I'm a rapper. You cannot buy a house, and when you ask for check stubs, you cannot say, I'm a rapper, unless you're signed to Universal, unless you're signed to Sony, unless you're signed to a major label. You cannot say, I'm a rapper. So when somebody tells you I'm a rapper, what they're telling you is, I'm unemployed. And this is what I want young men to understand, because a lot of people may be saying, well, you got music industry, you got me looking at rap different. No, you can rap all you want. Listen, you could drop bars all day long. You could drop a hot 16 after a hot 16, hot fire, and make the crowd go, ooh. But what I'm saying is, you're not going to join the industry. The industry, they have to pick you. And if they pick you, it's like hitting a lottery. Everybody raps, but everybody doesn't rap. Or let me take that back. Everybody raps, but everybody doesn't make money off of rap. The industry is smart. Rap, before you get signed, is fueled by drugs. I'm just gonna keep it G. Before Sony comes to see you, before A&R comes in to see you, every rapper is funded by the drug game. That's a fact. Quando Rondo, before we finish this video, all his charges are connected to drugs, because at the end of the day, Quando Rondo is unemployed. People are thinking he's signed to NBA Youngboy, and we're going to talk about finesse 2 times in another video. But you cannot be signed to another person and sign a person. That is a pyramid scheme. And I'm going to say this again. If you ever have somebody that try to sell you a pyramid scheme, for a chat, that's what rap is. It's a pyramid scheme. And at the top is Lucifer. But you cannot sign somebody if you're not a boss. At the end of the day, what happens is a rapper will sign a rapper, but he's under the umbrella of somebody else. So Quando Rondo, the news outlet is saying he's signed to NBA Youngboy, but he's not signed to NBA Youngboy. He's signed to whoever NBA Youngboy signed to. So
I agree with him on that.
People using each other. And that's where we're going to finish this video. Quando Rondo is lost. The blind lead the blind, and this is why I put out content. Quando Rondo feels like he can make it with rap. Unless the industry wants you, unless they save you like Bobby Smurder, you cannot make it in the industry. The industry they have to want you. And at the end of the day, the industry doesn't want Quando Rondo. They want Lil Durk, but they don't want Quando Rondo. They don't want Quando Rondo the same way they didn't want King Von.